Just to let you. Sorry. All right, hold up. I know y'all can hear me. Let me get this shit right. My bad. I should probably do that before. All right. A little disorganized today. So what? Get over it. All right. Cool. Now we're live everywhere. All right. Sorry about that. Should have had that all set up already, but I'm doing a million things at once. All right. PGN podcast episode 92. Y'all can hear me right? Am I too far?
No, we hear you. Yeah.
All right, good. PGN podcast episode 92. Coming at you. You see the graphic before on YouTube. Also put a graphic up. Official time we're gonna aim to start for is 11 a.m. every Sunday. We'll do our best to try and remember. If it doesn't happen on the Sunday, we have to do it on the Saturday. We'll let you guys know, but that's the official time we're gonna aim for. Sunday, 11 a.m. Listen, I know you're tired of those old ass pregame shows with the same old bullshit that they say every damn week. I've been seeing these guys for 30, 40 years. They got bad hips. They can't walk. You know what I'm saying? They don't got the fortitude to drink as much as we do. Come on, man. This is a joke. All right?
Yeah.
The competition does not even exist as far as pregame shows. So tune in here. We'll give you good MVP picks, even though we haven't been starting too hot this year. I think we've kind of bet with our heart this year. I chose the Giants in 2 weeks. We know that was a mistake.
Yeah.
But you did Patriots right last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
I never picked the Bills unless it's a playoff game. So I'm smart.
Okay. All right. But yeah, man.
Lucky with some of the picks though. So
yeah. But it happened last year too. We started off slow, and then everybody kind of picked up towards the middle and the end. So we'll see who wins this year. Because I won last year. Your boy won last year. Yeah. All right. So how was your week?
It was all right. Had 2 days off for Rosh Hashanah, and then now I'm in Philly. Came out to watch the Penn State game, meet up with a couple of college friends, and that game didn't go well. So
yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I'm here with came to see my niece, so just doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Kofi?
I mean, so I was so on Friday I was able to go back to work. We had some pre stuff, not in season stuff, but like some pre-season stuff that we had to work on. So it was good to be back in the office. Talk to some of the coworkers, some of the colleagues that came in. So it was good for that. And obviously, as you guys know, today's a special day for me. Today's my birthday, so another year older here.
Right,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Happy birthday, K-Dap.
Thanks.
Man. Appreciate him. Everything he does for the podcast. He's the one that gets the does all the research and gets all the topics together. Me and I kind of have the easy part. We just hop on the camera and act like idiots.
Mm-hmm.
So, but shout out to K-Dap. You want to disclose your age, or are you good on that?
Nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, this is now. I'm feeling the age where it's like, yo, your body don't feel the same anymore. It's just like, yo, because certain days I wake up, I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I feel like this. So it's like, yo, because in 20s, if you had a long night, you just wake back up, ready for another day. Now it's like, some days you're just like, it's tough.
Yeah, word.
Oh yeah, I got some good news for you guys. You remember that Assist TV thing that I did that one time? They want us to do 15 minutes of a game, and if we get viewers, it's like $6 a viewer or something like that. So they just want us to watch one game for 15 minutes, like just react to it. So if you guys are down for it,
where
Assist TV Live. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, because you did that. Sure. I remember you did that for opening night, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he really liked our stuff. Apparently, he worked with Bill Gates. He's the cousin of the guy who started Uber. So, Sean, shout out to Sean Assist. So, just letting you guys know, some opportunities coming. PGN got some opportunities coming.
Yeah, we should probably do that for like an afternoon game, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably works the best, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. Usually the afternoon game. We'll talk about this off the camera. Let's get to the podcast.
Yeah.
My week as per usual sucks. So whatever. Let's get into this shit. Let's go.
All right. The first topic. I think Scumbag will like this topic the most, obviously. So Brian Daboll and the Giants organization, they made the decision. They're going to start Jaxson Dart today against the Los Angeles Chargers at MetLife Stadium. Obviously, Russell Wilson, he kind of struggles for the most part. He had a good game against the Cowboys, but last week against the Chiefs specifically, there was a play late in the fourth quarter. They were in the red zone. They had 4 opportunities. They did not score. Russell Wilson did not look good that drive. I don't really blame him for it all. Brian Daboll those play designs were not good. The Chiefs covered everybody, and they weren't good play designs. So I think, in my opinion, this is a desperation move for Brian Daboll. This is really his last move he can make. Because if this doesn't work, he's done. And it can work, and he can still be done. So I look at it as, hey, let's see how the kid does. I mean, hey, it's a tough challenge, man. The Chargers defense is pretty good. So we'll see how he plays, and we'll see how he progresses throughout the season. So obviously, Scumbag, you see Scumbag if you're watching on the various platforms. He has a Giants jacket on. Obviously, Tate, who's not a Giants fan, is not happy about that. But, yeah, like I said, we'll see how Jaxson Dart performs. I mean, we'll see how he performs. That's basically the main situation. So, Scumbag, we'll go to you since you're the Giants of the group. What are your thoughts on Jaxson Dart?
Hold on. Let me put
Sorry for the Giants today.
Yo, check it out. The future starts today. All right? The future starts today. Jaxson. Does he have a nickname yet? No, right? No. Jaxson, Old Miss Dart.
Okay.
All right. Listen. The only thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna keep it. All right, I'm gonna keep it non-biased right now. It is the Chargers defense, which is probably like a top 3 defense right now in the league.
Thank you.
Their secondary is crazy. So you're throwing them to the Wolves, right? But if you throw this man to the Wolves and he survives and he comes out with a new fur coat, you will see me with that jacket on 24/7. All day. I might shower with it. Just a jacket, butt naked, shower with it type shit. I don't care. I will be fucking souped. I'll be like, because you know what it is? Listen, I think it's going to take time for him to develop. You know, he's a rookie. He hasn't really played NFL, and then you're playing a top 3 defense. So let's be realistic here. You know what I mean? But they believe in him. I said this before the year started. I said, look, they're saying that Jaxson Dart is ready to go. This is everything. This is beat writers from New York. This is motherfuckers who've flown in and from ESPN and are watching this guy. They're like, dude, this guy has it. Like, I don't know why he's not even starting right now. So it's like, really? You know what I mean? So if it's really like that, you know what I mean? We're going to see. I think eventually, me personally, eventually he'll be good. He's going to have to build up to there. And I think Daboll's kind of doing it right. Like K-Dab said, their jobs are on the line right now. So, hey, fuck it. We lose, but we lose on the quarterback we pick. If I get fired after this year, it is what it is. Yep. The guy I chose, I go out on my sword. This is a smart way to do it. Fuck it. Throw him to the Wolves. If this man comes out by week 6, week 7, and he's really good, and you end the year on a good note, you know what I'm saying? Then, because, the Giants have one of the hardest schedules in the league. It's insane.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's insane. So if you can get this kid playing against, top competition, and by week 7, 8, he's looking pretty good, he's ready for next year. You know what I mean? Because I'm hoping the schedule won't be as bad as next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully a little lighter. But if you can make it through the season looking good, come on, man. Sky's the limit. And I like, I see with the preseason, he has a swag to him. You know what I'm saying? He has a kind of he has a thing to him where, like, his energy, it will round the team up. It'll bring it to another level. I think Russell was good for Seattle, and that's been it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's been it. He's proven it. What did I feel like a lot of times I see the AFC. AFC division the Steelers are in.
AFC North.
AFC North. So they had the Hard Knocks on that, and he's screaming on the sideline like yeah. But like they're like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, You hear the Disney coach like, "Come on, guys, let's get it together. Let's roll." You're like, "All right, man." Like, you know what I mean? With the Seahawks, they had more than one leader. So his little fucking, "Come on, guys," are like, "All right, whatever." Marshall Lynch like, "Yeah, I know he's lame, but fuck it, let's do this shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's different. So you come to this team, you're doing that, and a lot of young players. Malik Neighbors is young. You know, we have a young Wandale Robinson. We have a young O-line. We have a young tight end. We have a young team. Yep. You know what I mean? You need a guy who's coming in there, knowing the songs they know, knowing the TikTok dances they know, knowing all the social media shit. You know, he's on the preseason thing. He has his chain is on. You know, he's diamonds is dancing on the field. You know what I'm saying? He got something to him. So if you can hook up with Malik Neighbors, who we see as an awesome wide receiver, hey, sky's the limit. But yo, I'll be honest, I'm excited, and I'm just today I think he's gonna get his ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? But you know, listen, you're gonna see a reaction video from me if he goes crazy and wins the game. I gotta think of a reaction video because I gotta go crazy.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, please.
Now, before we go to St. Zah, what are your thoughts on like some of the players? Because I saw Dexter Lawrence. He didn't seem a lot excited about the move. Some of the veteran players I noticed they weren't really excited about them.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? Like my thoughts are just saying it feels like they feel like the season's over because then now it's a rookie quarterback. We know he's gonna struggle. So it's basically they're feeling his head. The organization they've given up on this year. They're just all about development dart now. So any idea of maybe competing for a playoff spot's over. I think that's the vibe I got from some of those comments.
I think you have to see how this plays out because Dayball and shit, like we said, they're fucking, was it Shane or Sean or however the fuck to say his name?
Joe Shane.
Yeah, Joe Shane. Their job's on the line, right? So they're looking silly right now. They lost Saquon, he won the Super Bowl. They pass out Daniel Jones, he looks like fucking Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? And the eyes are on them right now. They moved up in the draft. They picked Jaxson Dart late round. You know, they were one of the top teams that shitted on Shador. You know, came out publicly saying he just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. So hey, you're the expert. Let's see what your pick got. All right, you didn't choose Danny Dimes. You know what I'm saying? You didn't choose Russell Wilson. And it's like I understand the veterans being upset because the season's a wash now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But someone who's a vet like Dexter Lawrence, one of the top D tackles in the league, some people have him as number one. I've seen some lists with him as number one D tackle in the league. So, of course, he's probably the most upset. A lot of veterans are upset because they're trying to win now. You don't know what's going to happen next year. You don't know if you're going to tear your ACL this year. You don't know.
Very true.
You know what I mean? So you want to compete. And listen, I think that Jaxson Dart is going to have growing pains, but I think the veterans are going to be surprised of how good he is. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in it right now. Maybe they're seeing it in practice and they're not seeing it right now. But we have enough young players that will connect with Jaxson Dart and make him feel welcome to the team. And I think he brings his own energy. I don't think that energy is going to – and you have to. You come from Ole Miss. I'm sure he talked to Eli Manning. You know what I'm saying?
Eli struggled his first year. I remember, yeah.
First couple years.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. They did a documentary, bro. Tom Coughlin and Eli Manning that year, they were on the line. They were about to fire Coughlin. They were about to get rid of Eli. It was like 4 years or some shit like that. It was, you know what I mean? They're like, this guy suck. And they went on that run and beat the Patriots. And that was it. Now they're a royalty. You know what I mean? So you got to look at it. That's the situation they're in right now. But unfortunately, this is not the fourth year for Jaxson Dart. This is the first year. But I think he'll make it fun. He'll make it fun. Veterans will get involved. They'll be mad that they're not competing, but at least if he can make the year fun, you know, keep his head down. You gotta earn the veterans' respect. You just have to. And I'm sure Eli's telling him, you know, like, dude, this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? You gotta earn it. Just keep your head down and play. And you know, we'll see where it goes, but they have to do it, and they have to understand that, you know, Dayball and Shane, their job's on the line, and they're gonna do what they gotta do to try to keep their job.
All right, St. Zah, what are your thoughts on Jaxson Dart starting today?
Like Scumbag said, it's the season's a wash. They're starting him against the Chargers. You're throwing him into the fire. You're trying to see what he is. But I do understand the veterans because they probably saw him. Remember, they were doing some plays for him in the Cowboys game. He came in for a play or two. He's like fumbling the ball. And it's just like, okay, if he was doing that then, what's he going to do now? So, like, I can understand both sides. I understand Daboll's side. Daboll's like, I have to throw everything at the wall to make sure something sticks right now. Because, once again, his job's on the line. The GM, his job's on the line. But I understand it's just when you're a bad team, everyone gets frustrated. And until they win, this is the feeling that's going to have. Because if it doesn't work out, the veterans are going to be like, see, that's what we said. If it does work out, oh, we were right. So, listen. More shout out to him. He's playing a tough Chargers defense. You guys are at home, right?
Yeah, it's home game. It's home game.
It's
yeah.
home game.
Mm-hmm.
And but I feel for us, I feel like they never really put him in the best situation, even in that Chiefs game. That Chiefs defense was good. And
yeah, they were like, yeah, you're not doing what you did against the Cowboys. You're not going to beat.
But people forget the Cowboys defense is a bottom tier defense. That defense is terrible, bro. They let up a flea flicker to freaking Caleb Williams last week. So I was kind of fool's goal with Russ, but I think Russ is better. But the thing is, I knew Malik Neighbors was getting upset. So it's like, how do we keep, because it's a diva thing. It's a diva receiver. He's getting upset. How do we keep him happy? Let's start to Jaxson Dart. Probably Malik Neighbors has a better relationship with Jaxson Dart. It's all shit from head to toe, bro, man.
Well, we got. Okay, so real quick, some of our next opponents. We got the Saints next. Thank you.
You can win that.
Yeah. Then Eagles, Broncos, Eagles again, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions, Patriots, Commanders.
Well, they can be
Vikings.
Dogs. Yeah, I could go like 1-7.
Yeah, it's a lot of. Then the Raiders and the Raiders and Cowboys. Those aren't guaranteed wins. You know?
Yeah, that's maybe at best 4 wins, maybe 5, maybe.
But you look at it for next year. Like I said, if he survives this brutal schedule next year, he's gonna be ready. You know what I mean?
But the thing is Dable gonna be back? He can look good.
If he plays good, they have to play good. You can't look like total shit. But you gotta play decent. You gotta play competitive. You know, if we win a big win, if we beat the Broncos, if we beat any of those teams on a late field goal, that's a win. The organization, the Giants organization, they don't want to fire coaches and hire coaches. They don't like doing that shit. They want Daboll to, be there long term. I like Daboll. I do. I don't know. Sometimes his offense is weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not throwing deep like that. It's a lot of crossing routes and picks and all shit going this way. There's little 5-yard dumps. Hopefully Scatterbo's that answer at running back because we need a running back to kind of get a running game going. But
Price out now, so
yeah, O-line is questionable now. Has been questionable for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We just got lucky with the other Giants championship teams because our O-lines weren't good. For some reason, I forgot our O-line coach's name. He was switching dudes, and David Deal came out of there, and a lot of great O-line came out of that, and there were nobodies. You know what I mean? So we got lucky with that. Giants haven't really been known for an O-line except for, probably our championship years. Even in the 90s and the mid-80s, we had good old linemen. But right now, we don't have that.
At all.
So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think the future is promising. We have a very talented defensive line.
Yeah.
Right? Very talented defensive line.
It's just your secondary, number 22. My goodness.
Yo, that's the thing with the Giants. Like, just to get off this real quick, we talk about the Giants for 20 minutes. But I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I love that. But the defense, the Giants defense has never been known to have top linebackers, except for our 90s when we had Harry Carson and we had Lawrence Taylor. But our championship years, our best linebacker was Antonio Pierce. You know what I'm saying? And he's not fucking. He was good for us.
He was solid, yeah.
He was solid, but he wasn't like a Lawrence Taylor or even a Harry Carson. Is it Harry Carson? That's his name?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I might be saying his first name wrong. I don't know. But yeah. Pepper Johnson, he was the other linebacker. You know, those were legendary Giants linebackers. We're not really known for that. Besides that time, you know, and maybe fucking what's like 19 fucking Sam Huff from 1950. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, that's what's wrong with the Giants defense. In our secondary, we've drafted quarterbacks. They've just been trash. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on over there. We played more decent when we had what's that long-haired crazy fuck we had? Mendenhall? What's his fucking name? What was that long-haired crazy bastard from the Ravens? Forgot his name. He played decent with us, but then him and Dapo got into like a fight and then he got fired. But he was decent. He used to blitz a lot.
Oh, you mean Wink Martindale? Wink
Martindale.
Yeah.
He was pretty good for us. I wish we would have had him right now because I think with this defense that he'll have a better chance. But I have no idea coordinators this year. I'll be honest.
I forgot his name, but I know people aren't really that happy with him right now.
Yeah, you have one of the best defensive lines, and you know
it's a young defensive line. That's the issue. The talent is there, but it's a young defensive line. Like Kayvon Thibodeau can get 8-10 sacks. You know what I mean? Like he has the talent to do it. We know Abdul Carter. We know Brian Burns is a beast. We got Dexter Lawrence. Like, bro, I see the stacked. We're stacked. You know, so we just gotta figure that out. Like, if you have four, I don't give a fuck. You have Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence. I don't give a fuck who's the fourth guy. Put me in. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And you have Abdul Carter coming off the edge. You should be getting some sacks here. Yeah. They played a little tough against the Chiefs. The D line did, and the second week too, they did play good, but they're young, so it's gonna take time. But if the D line develops with Jaxson Dart in that offense, then we got a team in the next year or two. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see. I like Daboll. I see when I saw him on Hard Knocks, I liked his demeanor, and he wasn't. He was when they had him in the room, and this is what I don't get. Like people go, "Oh, Giants didn't even draft Jaden Daniels." I'm like, dude, they said it in the pre-draft room when they were talking about the draft, like every day in the fucking big ass fucking war room. He's like, would you trade it for Jaxson? Would you, Joe Shea said, would you trade up for Jaden Daniels? And they both said, I would. If you could, I would. He called the fucking Commanders. They said no, they're not getting off that pick because they want Jaden Daniels.
And they wanted May too, and the Patriots were like, no.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So what you have to do? It is what it is. But I think the Saquon move just looked bad because Joe Shea was talking shit. I'm not paying a fucking running back $13 million. Come on.
No.
Like, all right. And Saquon's like, all right, bitch. Like, shut him the fuck up. Even almost broke the record on the Giants. It was like, nah, you know what? Let the young boys eat. Fuck it. Let the pups eat. That's literally what he can do. Let the pups eat. I already ran for 250. I'm good. I made my point. I'm not trying to get hurt. I'm trying to win a chip. So made the Giants look nuts. And what's funny was in that Hard Knock, you see that owner come in and he's like, if we lose Saquon to a division rival, I'm like, I'm gonna be kind of mad.
He said the Eagles specifically too.
He said the Eagles specifically.
Yeah. And you did it.
Right. Yeah, he's like to them, he called it. He's like, if he goes to them, he does something, I'm gonna be kind of mad. And you chose Daniel Jones. I don't know, man, nuts. But let's see what happens. Let's get to the next John because.
Well, real quick, I just want to get into comments that Tony Gonzalez and Richard Sherman made about Russell Wilson on the pregame show at Amazon. I was like, look, full disclosure, I think Russell Wilson at best was a borderline Hall of Famer, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's like you're kicking him while he's down already. You already lost your job. You're saying all this stuff about how you're glad he's not playing anymore. And Richard Sherman is lying about his stats post-Legion of Boom. I'm just like, come on, really? We're really doing this right now? I get you don't like Russell Wilson for a variety of reasons, but at the same time, don't lie on that man about his stats. He did play well post-Legion of Boom. It's not like he was just good because of the Legion of Boom. He was a good quarterback at one point in his career. He's not that now. Obviously, he's not the same in terms of his ability to scramble and all that, but still, at the same time,
that's what it was. As he lost the ability to scramble, that's what he got messed up at because he needs to get away from the O line because he can't see over the line.
Yes, he's short.
So he has to be in motion to kind of go around and make plays. He's not that no more. So it's not making him a pocket quarterback. You see, he's going. He has no intermediate pass.
Yep.
There's no like a 70-yard post where he's hitting the guy. He just can't see. So he's either dumping it or he's bombing it. You know. And there was some play he was just kind of chucking it. The overtime with Malik Neighbors, that throw.
Yeah, he just chucked that.
He just chucked it. Like, dude, come on. You know what I mean? So they had to make this decision. You know what I'm
saying? Poor. Hey man, hey Russ, you just go pray about it, bro. You got Ciara, you good?
Yeah.
That's another reason why people don't like him like that. It's like, how he gets there? I'm like, hey,
he's just corny. Like that's what it is. He's just a corny dude that he always looks fake, but I feel like that's really him.
Yeah.
It is what it is, dog. Like, but I don't.
He's a Carlton head ass.
Yeah, like like we're watching the NFL Carlton right now. That's all he is. Like people just don't like him. I'm like, all right, it's cool, bro. You got it.
I fuck with Russ. I think he's cool. It's just, he's a very positive guy. Like, he's a guy you want on your team because he's cool with the switch. He's not mad. He's gonna help Jaxson Dart in the QB room all year long.
I think that to me is the greatest thing he can do. Like he's not upset about it. Like he's just like, he handles.
Some people will be upset. Some people will be immature and be upset, and he's not. And that's what you need on a team.
I think that Sean Payton stuff with the Broncos really humbled him. I think that's where it really humbled him.
Oh, don't talk about that, man.
No, but I'm just saying.
I know. I know what you're saying. But Sean Payton, what the Broncos organization did to him, that's some foul. That's the foulest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like he should have put hands on Sean Payton, but that's another.
And you see, Bo Nix be talking back at him.
Yeah, and they not even winning. So Sean Payton, you curse. PGN curse.
Listen, if I'm Russell Wilson, listen, if and to him, he's a Christian man. You know what I'm saying? He's a real big church goer and all that shit. Especially if I'm in that, I'm already like in Zen mode. But if I'm like going to church every Sunday, my Zen will be like you couldn't even break that shit. So I kind of looked at Russell Wilson like I probably would be the same way. Like, dude, I'm rich. My wife is banging. I got 2 kids. I got a mansion. I'm rich. I was on GQ magazine. What are you screaming at, dog? Like, go touch grass. Get out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's how I would look at it. Like, dude, please. And then you're gonna release me and trade me and still pay me my money? All right, fuck you. I'll be good. What am I mad about? You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know what I mean? But I'm saying I get his point of view, but the majority will agree with you. Like somebody, at least Bo Nix was like, "What?" The Bo Nix got back at him. Sean Payton was like, "Oh, okay."
Like, oh my bad. And I was like,
"Yeah, he needs that. He needs that." That's how kind of Drew Brees was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? So, we'll see.
All right, let's get to our MVP picks. I'll go first. My first pick, I have the Eagles over the Buccaneers. Obviously, the Buccaneers have a couple injuries. They're really, really banged up, especially the offensive line. So the Eagles really, last week I picked against them. I thought the Rams were going to beat them, and it looked like they were going to, but they came back. It was a good comeback in the second half, and they were able to win that game. So I think the Eagles, maybe that was a wake-up call they need. Hey, maybe the offense needs to open up a little bit, get more A.J. Brown involved. So I think that the Eagles should, maybe that's their wake-up call. And obviously, it's a big game for both teams. They're both undefeated. It could play out in terms of tiebreakers and all that stuff. So I'm going to pick the Eagles in that one. My second pick, I'll have San Francisco over Jacksonville. Not Mac Jones. Brock Purdy's coming back. So even though San Francisco, they are banged up as well, but I feel like Brock Purdy coming back. Jacksonville, they actually played pretty decently, surprisingly, but obviously, Trevor Lawrence he's still not really playing to the level that most people thought. So I think because of that, I'm going to pick San Francisco over Jacksonville. On my third MVP pick, obviously, it's the Sunday night game, the game everybody's going to be looking forward to, the Packers and the Cowboys. I'm going to pick the Packers over the Cowboys here. The story of the Cowboys, that defense is bad.
Garbage.
Really bad. If that's the perfect game for Jordan Love to get back on track after that tough week last week in Cleveland. So I think he should have a good game. I think the whole Packers offense should have a good game. And, Cowboys, their offense, I think it'll play decently, but obviously we don't see CeeDee Lamb, so it'll be tough for them to, to really score. And my final MVP pick, I have Denver over Cincinnati. Why am I picking this game? I'm not picking the 425 game because I don't trust either one of those teams, Kansas City or Baltimore. So I'm just going to stay away from that game. Obviously, the story here is, hey, the Broncos defense, if you can't beat Jake Browning, what are we doing? That's pretty much it. So those are my MVP picks. Saints out. What are your MVP picks?
I got Lions over Browns. I think Lions have kind of found it after that Ravens game. You saw it start to click. We were giving Jared Goff a lot of crap.
Mm-hmm.
They got it together. The run game was there. David Montgomery had 100 yards rushing, but that might also be the Ravens defense is a tad overrated because they're letting up leads. But
yeah, Matabuke is their best defensive lineman. He's out with a neck injury, so that might be
there you go
part of it too.
So I got them. Then I'll go Rams over Colts. I don't think Daniel Jones will play bad. I just think the Rams they gotta get back from that last game against the Eagles. You can't lose a game like that and then come out and lose another game. You have to get that win, especially at your place. This is a slate game. Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers over Cowboys. That Cowboys defense, my goodness, you guys made Russell Wilson look like Seattle Russell Wilson. 450 yards, and you got Caleb Williams doing what he did, bro. Listen, this is the test for Jordan Love. If he does not have a good game against this Cowboys defense, they're not going to win. It's going to be because of him. Because that defense is great, but you lost that game against the Browns. You lost that game. Bad interception. I don't know, man. Jordan Love, he just has not been the same Jordan Love since he went on that playoff run. And I think either this game he needs to step it up, or there are going to be a lot of eyes looking at that brother. And my final one, I'll go Chargers over Giants. There you go. Those are my 4 picks. I'll go Chargers over Giants.
Come on, man.
Hey, man.
What is the point of that, bro? But you know what?
He doesn't like the Giants. You know this.
I'm gonna act like Russell Wilson right now. All right.
Are you gonna be the better person?
I'll be the better person today. I'll be the better person today. So my first game, this is how much I'm gonna be the better person. I got the Patriots over the Panthers. See that? I'm doing Super Wilson. All right. Patriots, they look good this year, man. Their defense is a lot better than I thought it would be. Jake May looks awesome. They're gonna build
off last week.
I don't think they're gonna be much of like a playoff kind of contender this year, but they're gonna be a tough team to beat. They're gonna be competitive. And one thing they need to start doing, you need to start giving it to Travion Henderson. Your offense needs a little bit more of an explosion. If you get this man in the open field and he's busting out 30, 40-yard touchdowns or even 30, 40-yard runs, and you electrify that offense, then you're going to see Drake May really light it up. So they just need somebody who's explosive. Right now, they don't have that. You know what I mean? And you got a good team. If Travion starts, giving you those explosive plays, you still got Ramondre, who's pretty good. Gibson's pretty good. You get the other guys rolling. I know Stephon Diggs is busy with Cardi B, but maybe you get Kyle Williams involved in there and DeMario Douglas. Hudson Henry had a good week last week. I think Stephon got to wake up. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
He's hedging. He's pretty much done. I don't want Ramondre Stevenson in another game. That man had 2 fumbles. 2! Yeah. 1 in the goal line. I never want him to touch that football game. He should have been cut from last week because of all that nonsense. Antonio Gibson too. Oh, yeah. Just keep Henderson in. That's all you need. Just keep Henderson in.
Yeah. So I got the win in that game. Panthers, they had a good week last week, but I think the Patriots are a better team. Next, I have Jaguars over the Niners. Niners got too many injuries right now. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. The Jaguars are 2-1. A lot of people are still sleeping on them. And this is a team that hasn't really had a blow-up game from Brian Thomas, or they haven't even gotten Travis Hunter involved. You know what I'm saying? And they're 2-1. You know what I mean? So I think right now, just the Niners, they got too many fucking injuries. And who plays today? Brock Purdy plays today, right?
Yeah, he's back.
But Jawad Jennings is out. George Kittle's out, right? I think they're
out.
So you just got. I think Pearsall's playing hurt. You know, there was questionable he was going to play. So that's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? So and the Jags winning that one. ETN has been doing good. Trevor Lawrence been doing good. Spreading the ball around. I need them to give more touches to Bayshow Tootin. More touches to Bayshow Tootin. That's a guy you stash on the bench in fantasy. He's on my fantasy team. He's actually a really good player. He has a very high speed score, explosive player like Travion Henderson. So if he gets the ball more, hey man, whatever. All right, next one I got. Colts and Rams gonna be a good game. I actually didn't know who to pick there, but I'm not gonna pick that game. That's a tough game. Colts has been very surprising.
Yeah,
they have.
Yeah. Damn, what was the other two games I had? Oh, I had Eagles over Buccaneers. I think the Eagles are the best team in the league right now. Simple as that. They can beat you in different type of ways. They can beat you through the air. Like, I don't know, man. They needed last week Jalen Hurts to throw the ball around, and he did. Like, you know, they're gonna beat you throwing it, running it, the quarterback running it. You know, Saquon gets 50 yards or 80 yards or 170 yards, or I don't know. They'll beat you in a multitude of ways, and the defense is good enough to hold you down when it matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Sometimes the years of a dominant defense is over because they can't impose their will on the offense or the penalties going around. But the best they could do on defenses now is to just stop them at key moments. You know what I mean? And I think the Eagle defense is definitely good enough to do that. So, but on the other side, Baker's been playing awesome. And if you look at Baker's history against the Eagles recently, he actually lights them up. I think he's 2-1 against them. So I think the one loss came in the playoffs. But he's
I think they actually beat him in the playoffs. Yeah, because I remember that was the year when the Eagles started 11-1, and then they just kind of,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. So they did. So I think Look, they lost I think to them in the season. So I know he's 2-1 against them. But I think the Eagles are just the best team right now, and they'll win that game. And so that's 3. I had 3 games, right, so far?
Yeah, 3, yeah.
And I got the Giants over. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm about to say.
Like another week of craziness. Come on.
Was it Colts and Rams? No, it was Ravens and Chiefs. Chiefs.
No, you picking that game?
Yeah. I'm gonna pick that game. It's a close game, like the Colts and Rams, but I'm intrigued about this game because I feel like what the fuck is Lamar this year? You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, right now you're facing a vulnerable Chiefs team. You know what I'm saying? Like the Chiefs could pull this out because they got Patrick Mahomes, but right now they're looking like shit. Like they beat the Giants, but that's the first 2 weeks you haven't been looking any kind of good. You know what I mean?
At all.
Yeah.
And you're facing a Ravens team that could blow you out. You know, if it really comes down to it.
I'm not sure about that because of the defense. That's the biggest reason I didn't pick this game because it's like this. If the Ravens defense plays like it did last week, I think Kansas City has a chance. So
yeah, but if they jump on them early and the defense, I think the defense wears down after a while. The Ravens, because they'll play good early and then they just can't keep up. You know what I mean? And especially they got like explosive offense going against them. Yeah, they get their ass kicked. Right on the Chiefs aren't an explosive offense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they are. There's Travis Kelce, this guy screaming at each other. You know, Travis Kelce's in the same boat as Stephon Diggs. Yeah, fucking becoming fucking famous off your music chick, and you're not producing on the field. You know what I mean? So, and Rashee Rice, they're praying for Rashee Rice to come back. Praying. They're talking about him. Third week. I think this week is allowed in the facility to practice. That was news in Kansas City.
Yep.
Oh, he's in the building. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I've been going nuts. Like, bro, that team is in dire need of a spark.
Anything.
And right now, you know, if they jump on them early, Lamar can't fucking be fucking up. And they're jumping up 21-7.
Well, Derrick Henry specifically, he fumbled
3
twice.
games.
Yeah. But he's still Derrick Henry. He can still come out and do 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? That's still a possibility, but we'll see. But I got the Ravens over the Chiefs there. I like that game. That's it. Yeah, so 4 MVP picks.
All right, we'll be posting those later on the social media platforms, so check those out as well. So our next topic, we don't really talk about Major League Baseball that much on this pod, but we're going to do it now, obviously, because it's the last day of the season. A lot is going on. Obviously, last night we saw that the Guardians and the Tigers made the playoffs. As a result, the Astros are out, so they're going to miss the playoffs for the first time since 2016. So I know a lot of people are happy about that. And about the Tigers, they had a 15.5 game lead in July over the Guardians. And they've blown that lead. And now it's tied in the last day of the season. So either one of those 2 teams will win the AL Central, and the other team will be in the wild card. The Mets, they had the best record in early June. And since then, they've gone 38-54. So now they're talking Cincinnati. Cincinnati has a tiebreaker. So if Cincinnati wins, they're in, and the Mets are out. It doesn't matter if the Mets win today or not. So obviously, Mets fans are really not.
Wendell. Wendell.
What's going on?
Fuck out of here, Wendell.
Oh,
fuck out of here, Wendell.
Yo,
why he ain't up here today? He should be up here today.
Obviously, Scumbag. Obviously, he has the Yankee hat. I'm a Yankee fan too. We're really excited about it because it's a battle for the AL East between them and the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays have the tiebreaker. So if they win today, they'll win the AL East. But if they slip up, there's an opportunity for the Yankees to win the AL East and be the number 1 seed in the AL. Other stories: the Brewers, Phillies, and Dodgers and Mariners, they've clinched the division, so they'll be top seeds as well. The Red Sox, Padres, and the Cubs are the wild card. So I guess for me, the big thing to look at is really the Mets. You know, they were the best team in June, and since then they've been bad. And they had a big lead in that wild card, and now it's looking like, it's looking really dicey for them. Obviously, and the Brewers have nothing to play for it. They've already clinched the number 1 seed. So, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to get in. I think Cincinnati will get that last wild card spot in the NL. So, for the Mets, that's tough. You know, Steve Cohen, he spent all his money. You know, he got Soto, all this stuff. So that's going to be a real disappointing end for the Mets if they don't make the playoffs this season after making it to the NLCS last season. And I guess the other takeaway I have is obviously this whole Yankees-Blue Jays battle. The number 1 seed's big, obviously, because you get a first-round bye. So obviously, whoever gets that, they have their leg up. And you don't want to be in one game. You don't want to be in the small card series and playing either the Red Sox or the Tigers.
Yeah. The Mariners
the Tigers have they haven't played well, but they have Tarek Skubal, who might be the AL Cy Young. So you don't want to face him in a game 1. So obviously it's and the Red Sox, they're no joke either. They have another guy who's pretty good in Garrett Crochet. Yeah, he's been good as well. He might win Cy Young too. So obviously you don't want to be in that situation where you're playing one of the best starters, whoever the team is. So that's something to look forward to. Obviously, I think it means more to the Blue Jays because they haven't been in this situation in quite a while. The Yankees are coming off of being in the World Series last season, so I think it means more for the Blue Jays to win the AL East. So I think they're going to have to really, really play their best game against Tampa Bay today. So those are my takeaways. Scumbag, obviously, you're the Yankee fan, so we'll go to you. What are your thoughts on Major League Baseball as we head into the last day of the season?
Yeah, the greatest sports team in sports history, the New York Yankees. 33 straight winning seasons, right? Is that the fucking stat?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, insane. Fun year this year. Me and my son had a lot of fun nights watching the Yankees. Good year. Really enjoyed it. Aaron Judge, we're watching a motherfucking legend. We're watching baseball greatness. This man has 4 seasons of 50 home runs. One of only 4 players. The other 2 players were on fucking monkey steroids. They were and Babe Ruth, the pictures in black and white. All right? This man is doing unprecedented shit. His on-base percentage is fucking crazy. The man's about to win a fucking batting title with hitting 53 home runs, with hitting over 100 RBIs. He's ahead of the fucking, I was seeing yesterday, he was ahead of the fucking second place guy by 100 points or some shit like that in slugging percentage. The on base percentage is up by like 70 points.
Yep.
Like, it's ridiculous what we're watching. He's the top 5 now in Yankees all-time home runs?
Yeah.
Bro, if you're top 5 anything Yankees, you're fucking with all-time greats. That the Yankees organization alone is a Hall of Fame. The fucking Monument Park out there is just as good as fucking Cooperstown. The history is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Judge is playing better than those guys. That's how fucking crazy his season's been. His past 4 or 5 seasons have been.
The one thing to come back is his playoff numbers have not been good.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
But I had to get the praise out first because that has to be applauded. That is just insane. You know? So, but the issue is the playoffs. I feel like that's going to be his legacy because if you have all these stats, but you, like, the guy last year was Stanton. Stanton
he's always been that in the playoffs. Yeah.
I was saying Soto did good in the playoffs. Soto was batting almost like 400 last year with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, Aaron Judge was sitting there batting like 230 or some wild shit like that. Like, I think the first round he was batting like 190. I'm like, what? That's incredibly bad. And that's the issue because guess what? All the Yankee greats, they showed up. Derek Jeter showed up. Derek Jeter turned the level up. Mariano Rivera turned the level up. Cesar Sabathia turned the level up. Lou Gehrig. I mean, I guess, I wasn't around back then, but I'm guessing Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth and all these guys turned their level up when it came.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson.
Yeah. Come on. They signed Reggie Jackson at the time was the highest paid player at MLB. They paid him like $1 million a year, and everybody went nuts in the fucking, oh my God, he paid $1 million. Think about that.
Yeah.
So he's the highest paid player at Major League Baseball, and guess what? He showed the fuck up. They called him Mr. October.
Yep.
You got to show up, man. And if you don't, you have another shitty playoffs. If we happen to lose the first round, he's gonna start feeling the heat from the Yankees. Because we're gonna look at the 50 home runs next year. If he hits the 50 home runs next year, we're gonna be like, all right, bro, great.
And remember that Game 5 collapse against the Dodgers, he dropped the fly ball in center field.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of started that whole collapse. So people still remember that.
Yeah, no, he looks like a different Aaron Judge in the playoffs. When he comes to bat, I don't see the same confidence. It's very weird, but hopefully he can shake that off this year. I think this is the best year to do it because you just like Juan Soto kind of just left you high and dry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Aaron Judge is such a professional. He never talked about it. He's a captain. He's a silent captain. You see him sometimes, like a bad play will happen. He'll go up to the guy like, yo, bro, like, let's get it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he has to talk, he talks. And, Soto left him, and now he's like, all right, he's the captain. He had a great fucking year. He didn't talk about it. Now you got to show up in the playoffs. You got to show up in the playoffs. Yep. And I'm hoping he does. Because we're good enough to beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the hard part too is our bullpen. I've been Achilles heel all year. Like, our bullpen could shut down the Orioles and the fucking Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the fucking White Sox. But when you're facing the fucking Red Sox in the fucking playoffs first round, if you're facing them in a 5-game series?
If they're in the wild card, it's gonna be 3. Best of 3.
Mm-hmm. Three.
But they're all in Yankee Stadium, so
still, best of 3 is crazy. You know what I mean? So they could be eliminated. It's not. It's tough. Look, why everything's tight? They're all good teams.
Yeah, I mean that was another thing I was gonna say. It's just like there's no 100-game winners. There hasn't been that last couple of years, so it really shows you how tight everything is now. Anyone these teams can win. So
exactly.
Anything else besides the Yankees related in terms of Major League Baseball that you want to talk about?
Nope.
Oh, he's in October mode. Why are you even asking that?
I'm just curious if he had any thoughts on any other team.
He brought a Yankees hat on. He's not talking about anything else.
I have one thought on the Mets.
Oh,
That's it. All right. That's it.
All right, Saints out. What are your thoughts on Major League Baseball as we head to the final day of the season?
I watched the Yankees when they clinched the playoffs against the White Sox. I was like, yo, that's fun. That's when you know it's getting towards October baseball. Bottom of the ninth, 2 people on base. Was Stanton, right?
Yeah, I think it was Bellinger. Yeah.
Hits. I was like, yo, this October race is about to be right. But the Blue Jays, my God, dog, you had a 5-game lead. 5. What happened? And the thing is, you don't want to face the Red Sox in wild card. Like Kobe said, you don't want to face them. Those are the teams that can take you out.
Yeah.
But shout out to Aaron Judge, man. Didn't he hit 2 home runs back to back, 2 days, right?
Might have been Friday. Yeah, it might have been Friday.
Yeah.
And I know everyone talks about. Yeah, I think everyone talks about Kyle Rayleigh because he got 60, but I'm like, you're batting like 246. Well, Aaron Judge batting 331. So that means you're either a home run, 1 base, or you strike out. So I gotta give Aaron Judge this. What happened?
The thing is that they might not want him to win 3 in a row. That's the only thing, but he should get 3 in a row. But
he should.
But it's the same thing. Like every year LeBron should have won the MVP. Every year George should have won the MVP.
Yeah, you see last year, Lamar's stats were great, but they went with Allen. So
exactly, So I think that could play a part here, but man, Judge deserves it, bro. He really does.
He should. Listen, doing all that stuff. So I give it to Judge. I'm not gonna make fun of Mets. They listen. That fan base doesn't deserve anything.
Yeah, yo, all those. You're in this too, Zaza, because the Nets, Jets. They just the Mets, Nets, and Jets, bro. They're always gonna suck. It just I don't get it. They're always gonna suck. They're gonna have like their time, I guess, to make it. What was the best out of those guys? I guess 86. When the Mets won the fucking championship because the guy dropped the fucking ground ball.
Come on, leave him alone. Listen, this is not downpour on the Mets, Jets.
Bro, one time I went to a Mets game. Real quick, hold on. I'm sorry. I went to a Mets game. They had a banner up. I don't know if it's at Citi Field, but it was at the other one, Shea Stadium. They had a banner up of Tom Seaver's almost perfect game. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh my God. You have a banner up for an almost perfect game?
That's like when the Colts. That's when the Colts had a banner for making it to the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, your fucking franchise sucks if you have to put a banner up like that. Terrible.
Listen, let them celebrate their little wins. So you don't win all the time. You gotta take the good. You gotta take the little wins that you get. So I kind of get them on that. But listen, man, I'm getting ready for this October. This is gonna be a good. This is like last weekend. See how it goes. Yankees, you guys got to win. And Blue Jays, Jesus, get it together.
All right.
Before we get to Pepper Takes, being Saints out, we'll talk about this real quickly. Penn State with another loss to a top 10 team under James Franklin. And you can see Saints out's reaction. He's not happy about it. I posted a reaction video as well after the game. Penn State lost 30-27 in double overtime over Oregon. On that side, college football needs to change the overtime rules. I don't like it. I'm like, come on, just have one possession where both teams start at the 20, and then from there you can do all this nonsense. But that aside, Penn State really did not play well offensively. Like, especially early on. They were down by 14. They obviously came back. I give them credit for that. They came back, tied at 17, late in the fourth quarter. I give them credit for that. Then, second overtime, Oregon scores, but they get an interception on the 2-point conversion attempt. I was like, okay, here we go. I thought at the very least they would get the touchdown. Then we'll see on the 2-point conversion play. But what happens that first play? Drew Aller, and what he and Drew Aller, and he's done this. He's throwing interceptions at very inopportune times, and that's by far the most inopportune time to throw an interception. As a result, Penn State lost, and now James Franklin is 4-21. Let me read that again. He's 4-21 against top 10 opponents. So, as far as I'm concerned, Penn State season's over. They're done because they're going to play Ohio State next month. They're not winning that game. And it's at the Big House. I mean, at the Horseshoe, they're not winning that game. So, even they make the playoff. they're not gonna do anything. So it's just another example. Penn State, you know what? They're good, but they're just not good enough under James Franklin. And and the thing was, I didn't even want Drew Aller to come back. I want the Bro Papula, he's playing in Missouri right now. I want him to be the guy, but he had to leave obviously because he had to transfer. But it is what it is, you know. And whoever drafts Drew Aller, man, I feel bad for that fan base because you're gonna be sold a fool's gold. Yeah, he has a big arm. He can scramble a little bit, but it's up here. He tends to make mistakes. So that's my thoughts. Saint Za, I'll let you go with your thoughts real quick.
I didn't even talk about this game leading up to it. I don't think we talked about this game one time this week.
No, I thought Oregon was gonna win. That's why I didn't talk about it. I was like, oh, Oregon's gonna win, and I would have rather they lost by like 3 touchdowns. Honestly,
I was out with some Penn Staters. It was a bar full of Penn Staters, and I can tell you from quarter one, Penn State just didn't look like the better team. Oregon was a better team. Oregon was getting first downs. They were moving the ball. They just wouldn't finish in the end zone. They went up 3-3. Then they missed the kick. So honestly, they should have been up 6-3 on us right there. Then they scored the first touchdown. Then they scored the next touchdown. I was just like, yo, this is the same team. Who the offensive coordinator he got to go to? Because I know we talk.
Colt Nicky.
Dog, I have not seen a more anemic offense in that first half than what
he called a screenplay and they sniffed it out right away. I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Listen. I didn't even really talk about this game because I was just like, yo, I've never felt comfortable about it. It's Drew Aller, bro. And the worst thing about Drew Aller, someone's gonna pick him up because he has the build of Jaxson Dart. So no, someone's gonna pick him up in the NFL. Someone's gonna.
Yo, the first touchdown pass, he threw a deep ball. I was like, yep, some dumb team's gonna pick him just based off that play.
That's it. And he doesn't make the right plays at the most crucial times. Why are you throwing that ball in double overtime and double coverage to? I was like, yo, bro, I'm done. James Franklin, they started to fire James Franklin. They're not firing James Franklin. He's just a very good car salesman. He can sell you the fuck out that program. But the minute you get out that driveway with that car is starting the problems right then and there. That is what James Franklin is. And the worst thing is, I remember when they said it. They're like, "Oh, this Penn State can go 11-0." I was like, "This team's not going to 11-0." They have Drew Aller as their quarterback, and I just never believed in him. I've never believed in him. I've never believed in James Franklin like that. But the problem with James Franklin, he won that Big Ten championship early on, so he kind of. But
I think last year even worse because they had a favorable draw in that playoff. They got to the semifinals, so that bought him probably 3 more years, probably.
And he lost. And what was it? Another interception by Drew Aller off his back. Dog, I'm done. I can't talk about Drew Aller. I can't talk about this Penn State team. They have so many expectations. Like, people are ranking them high. I was like, dog, they're not winning the championship. Like, I need y'all to understand it.
They didn't even look good those 3 games. The first 3 games, they didn't even look good. I was just like, yo, they don't look good. I'm like, that's why I was like, man, I'm not even excited about this game. So
you have to start picking some better opponents in your first 3 games. Facing FIU, facing Villanova are not the way to go, because then when you face a team like Oregon, you're never caught up to speed. The speed is faster over there. Oregon was just get to the line, boom, gone. Run up, gone. So, it is what it is. Same old story. It's James Franklin losing a big game. You're 4-21, dog. 4-21, 1-10 versus and then he's gonna say something like, "I know the record's there, but shut up, bro. I don't even listen. I hate his press conferences because it's tongue in cheek. It's like, yo, I accept it, but I'm not accept. I'm like, yo, that dog, you got it, bro. And Drew Aller, go. Just I didn't want you to come back, bro. Once you came back, gave me a heart attack, bro. You need to go. Just go to the league, bro. You'll get picked up by a team like Carolina or just one of those teams. They're gonna pick you because you're tall. You can see over the line, and you're taller than Bryce Young. So that's pretty much what it is. So, fuck Drew Allen, bro. Fuck him. Oh, and James Franco, we got. That's it. That's all I got on it. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to belabor the point. Give me a heart attack on a Sunday.
All right. Before we go to Pepper Takes, a word from our sponsor, say Za.
Our sponsor, Nickel Pass, bringing you business central news sources such as Fortune Forbes and LA Times. It starts at $20 a month. Don't let paywalls slow you down. Download Nickel Pass today.
All right, we head to Pepper Takes, and our first Pepper Take is the CEO of Live Nation. And to clarify before I get into it, so Ticketmaster and Live Nation are one of the same. They're part of the same conglomerate. So Ticketmaster, obviously, they sell tickets. Live Nation, they're an events vendor. So they're all part of the same organization, basically. So he said that, in his opinion, he feels that concerts are underpriced. So obviously, you know, people, specifically because Ticketmaster, they're getting sued by the FTC currently. And the reason why they're being sued is they're known for the bait and switch tactic, which is deceptively low prices and then increasing to 30% in checkout by additional fees. And some of those additional fees are service fees, order processing fees, and facility charges. And that's in addition to any sales tax as well. So anybody knows, like I've bought tickets from Ticketmaster in the past. It's like, yo, you can buy a ticket, it's like maybe $50. By the time you check it out, it's probably $100. And you're just like, whoa, well, what's the point then? I want this ticket because it was cheap. You had all these additional fees, and I'm like, yo, it makes going to any type of event hard to do. That's why I haven't really gone to many events recently. It's just too expensive. It's like, even if you get a cheap ticket, it costs even more, all these additional fees. So obviously they're getting sued. We'll see how that plays out. But it obviously shows you what's ridiculous that we had to pay all these additional fees to buy these tickets to these events. When it should be, hey, you pay this, and then maybe it's a tax or something else. Maybe if you're moving up a seat during an event, maybe you could pay an additional tax for that, something like that. But all this other stuff, it's just too much in my opinion. It shouldn't be all that. So those are my thoughts on this. Saints, what are your thoughts on this Live Nation CEO saying, hey, these tickets are underpriced in his opinion?
It's another rich person just trying to get rich, bro. Like I hate. And then the thing is, they're like, oh, because I have the money, you should be able to get it. No, dog, we live in check to check. What the fuck you mean we should be able to get it, bro? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Man, I don't remember. Ticketmaster, bro. Like, yo, y'all love doing this shit, man. I'm just getting tired, man. And the worst thing is they never gonna change, because if that's their attitude, you know, if the head thinks like that, everyone else thinks like that. They're not gonna change until they get sued. That's all it is. I'm sorry, this is just a lot, man. I don't remember the last time I went. I think usually I get my tickets from like somewhere else, like, or someone like buys a ticket and they sell it to me. That's the only way I'm going to this stuff. I'm not buying off Ticketmaster. You will not get my money today or ever, Ticketmaster. Screw you.
All right, scumbag, what are your thoughts on what this Live Nation CEO said about concert tickets being underpriced, in his opinion?
I don't know. I get his point in a way where it's just expensive to upkeep a fucking stadium. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's not like it goes up and then you never have to do any changes to it. You know what I mean? You got competition with other stadiums, so you got to add certain virtual shit now and AI shit and do this and do that and upgrade, and you know you got a million workers to worry about, security. You got to make sure the place is safe because stars are in there, and you don't want no concert goers getting hurt. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I get why he feels that way to a certain extent. You know what I mean? But what he has to know is that they're expensive enough, bro. Especially in this economy. Like you can't. If you got a problem, then go to the government. So you gotta start raising pay somehow, because you can say, oh, they raised the minimum wage, fucking 10 years ago, whenever they raised it. But if you see the statistics, the cost of living has gone up like triple, quadruple, and our pay rate hasn't really gotten up. They said the average pay rate, I saw a graph, has been the same since 1999.
Yeah.
That's the issue. You know what I mean? and the middle class is getting crushed, and the gap between the poor and the rich is getting bigger. And that's just what statistics are showing. So that's what he has to think about before saying some shit like that. Like, we try, like, I took my son to a Yankee game this year. I took my son to a boxing event this year. Bought them off Ticketmaster because I don't want to deal with a second seller because God forbid I get scammed. You know what I mean? I spent $500 on a ticket that was never sent to me. You know what I mean? And StubHub and those guys can't even do anything about it. You call them like, whoa, it's a risk you take. Like, huh? You know what I mean? So Ticketmaster, you're safe. You know what I mean? But still, it's expensive. And then you got to count going there, pay for the food. My son wants a fucking foam finger. My son wants a fucking plasma. His own type of shit going on. And you're like, you come out of there spending $500, $600, $700 altogether between tickets and food and transportation. It's nuts. You know what I mean? So
sorry to cut you off. Like, I remember I went to SummerSlam at MetLife. Bro, beer there was like, the tickets were like, I don't even know because I got them for free, but like they were pretty expensive. And then you got to think about it. Food there's expensive. MetLife Stadium sucks with food. Fuck that line, bro. And then the beer was like $14 for a can. Literally, the only reason we had a good time is because we found the local MetLife beer, which was $6. But the thing is, it's such in a far zone from your stick that you have to literally go look for it. So think about like this. If you don't find that, you spending at least, because a beer is like $14. Say you buy like 3. It's $42 right there. Plus your ticket, bro. Like, and then food. What are you doing? What are we doing here? Like,
yeah, man. Too expensive, man. Like, it's gonna be hard. Like, I'm trying to get I was trying to aim for getting like I told you, the tickets for this to go to Christmas to see the Knicks with my son. Hopefully we can do some shit like that. And that's just expensive, bro. It's like $300 a ticket, $350 a ticket. It's like, god damn, I didn't want to see the fees after this. You're gonna have probably $700, and with the fees is $800, $850 probably. You're like, what the fuck? I just spent $1,000 to go to New York.
Yeah,
that's nuts. So, yeah, man, screw that
guy.
You
go broke, bro. You go broke. Give up a house. Give up a room. The only way you going.
Yeah. All right, our last pepper take involves Cardi B. She had some comments on the Her Daddy podcast, and where she said that that her man, she wants to be her man's favorite quote unquote eater. I'll let you guys listen and figure out what she means by that. I'm not going to go into details about that. Obviously, that's her opinion, and that's her opinion. But my take, I want to go with the angle of this angle. Obviously, it's different now. Compared to when we were kids. These type of topics weren't talked about in the media, whether it was on TV shows, movies, interviews. It was more like it was innuendos. They were vaguely referenced. You had to be in on it. If you weren't in on it, you didn't notice. It's like going back now, watching stuff now, you kind of know some of the references back in the day. It's like you didn't really understand it as a kid. So I think it just shows you now things are different now. It's like you can say anything you want, whether it's on social media, whether it's on interviews, podcasts, whatever the case may be. And do I think that's right? I mean, for me, it's like I don't know if like Sam, you guys are in the education field. I don't think it's good for your kids, like your students, to know about this, because it's like this. Cardi B, she's a grown woman. That's fine, but kids in high school or in college, they shouldn't have that thought in their head, because obviously they're still young. They're still learning about themselves, different people, and all that stuff. So. You got something to say, St.
Let me tell you something right now. High school kids are some of the nastiest kids you'll ever meet in your life. They're just filled with testosterone. They're filled with hormones. It's nasty. It smells like musk and sex sometimes, bro. Like being around them. I'm not kidding you, bro. Like when you hear them talk, they know more than we know because they're exposed to the internet more. This type of stuff for them is easy because they're like, yo, I'm in. Just know they're not as innocent as you think they are. Just that's all.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they shouldn't have. They probably already feel that way, now they're going to be emboldened by Cardi B's comments. That's the point I'm trying to make there.
They're already emboldened. It's just adding on to it, bro. They're already emboldened as fuck, bro.
So I just feel like it's like I don't know if we're in a good place where these type of things are talked about like that more publicly or openly. In some ways maybe it's a good thing. People could express themselves, and that's how Cardi B. That's why people like her the way she's authentically herself. But at the same time, it's just like I don't know if these things should be thrown out there cavalierly like this for people to consume and all that stuff. That's how I feel about it. But maybe I'm just unique in that way. But I give her credit. She's really made a career out of being herself. So that's just how it is, I guess. So Scumbag, what are your thoughts on Cardi B's comments? Do you have any thoughts on the comments or how it relates to public consumption, all that stuff?
Oh man, this is just. She's a mom and shit. Like she's okay with her kids seeing that down the road. I don't know.
Yes.
It's just weird to me. This is just my opinion. Maybe people out there don't find it weird, think it's funny. It's an adult podcast. Which I'll kind of get more like it's an adult podcast, but there's like a paywall behind it. You know what I mean? Where you kind of get some kind of vetting, but this is what she does, what she raps about, and the kids are consuming it. And they're blasting it all over fucking TV and blasting it all over social media. It's like the issue with me is that when we grew up, we had like a little Kim, right? And like Foxy Brown, but then we would have a Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? And that's the issue, I think, more now than ever before. I think those kind of people like Lauryn Hill or maybe like a Mos Def or a Common, those guys were, respected in the music field and entertainment industry. And now those people are like shunned out. Like, oh, we're keeping it real boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's really, really pushed more now than ever. It's hard to exist in that space. And people mention now, like, oh, the top rappers that kind of, Drake ain't really like that, but Drake is kind of like, he'll play both sides sometimes. And he'll have a song that's real and whatever. And then, Cole and Kendrick, they spit real shit. You know what I mean? But you look at it that they're 40.
Yeah.
They're 40. Like where I'm talking to young kids and they listen to the country music. Listen to who is there to listen to? Who's the top 20-year-old spitter right now? Who? When we grew up, everybody was in their 20s. The whole Wu-Tang was in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you're in an era where artists like Cardi B are way more prevalent.
Yep. And
it's been pushed down our throats. Hey, Nas called that shit fucking hip hop is dead. And since then, it's just been on the decline. I was saying this back then. I make fun of it with my friends now. I was saying this back then 15 years ago. Like, bro, hip hop's dying. Well, you talk about we got Young Jeezy, we got 2 Chainz, I'm like, bro, stop, bro. Like, I fuck with their music, but it's not it. Like, it's gonna if it keeps slow boiling into this kind of like, content, it ain't gonna survive. And it's showing. It's not gonna survive. Y'all gonna be shocked in 5-6 years, hip hop's gonna like not exist. Like yesterday at the fucking at I was working at, I fucking blasted like a 90s hip hop shit, and Gangstar came on, and the old head was like, "What you know about Gangstar?" Da 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 da. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm 40 years old, bro. I know about Gangstar, whatever." And he's like, "Man, yo, it's just different now, bro." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, hip hop back then was a culture. Like, literally, I worked at Barringer, bro. He's like, we came outside, motherfuckers had cardboard down, breakdancing. Motherfuckers is, oh, yo, we're about to tag up the fucking over here. Let's go. Da da da. He's like, motherfuckers freestyling. Like, that's how big hip hop was. The culture was that big. Like, see how motherfuckers play video games? We was doing hip hop. We was rapping. We was breakdancing. We was doing shit. I'm like, that's crazy. And he's like, bro, we had like hole in the wall clubs. Hip hop was new. So you had a hole in the wall club, motherfucker in there breakdancing, MCing, DJing. Like it was just different. And I'm like, that's crazy. And it's just that kind of music. The era is like, you gotta accept as older people that it's done. How about the older heads that listen to the OJs and the fucking Isley Brothers and the Jackson 5 and fucking the Temptations, and that music is dead. Even us in the 90s hearing fucking John B and Case and Tyrese and 112 and Jagged Edge, that's dead. It's over. It's dead. You know, so this is what it is, and this is what we got now. As a parent, the best you could do is just keep your kids informed. You know what I mean? Like, because they're seeing this shit, so you got to kind of like, you know, it's like making pottery. You know what I mean? Like you're molding the person. You're not like smashing it and creating it. You got to gently, you know, mold your child into, you know what's right and what's wrong, because they're going to be exposed to this shit. They're going to have friends in school like, hey, fuck it, blah, blah. You know, they're going to have girls that are fast. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, see, I call my house, blah, blah. He's like, oh, okay, what are we doing over there? He was fucking 14 years old, retarded, you know what I mean? And she's in the fucking house like, you ever seen a thong before? And he's like, what? He's like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, you're dealing with all that shit. You know what I mean? As a parent, you got to be like, you know, watch out for this, watch out for that. You know what I mean? And that's the best we could do. But I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Saint Zah, what are your thoughts on Cardi B's comments as it relates to public consumption?
Cardi B has made a living off of being nasty, and like that's who she is. Like and the thing I give her this, she accepts it. She's not running away from it. She's like, yo, how many times have her tits been out on IG Live? Like, how many times? I'm like, yo, this is who she is. That's what sells. That's what people like. I gotta give her a credit. So, you know, it is what it is. But I do see some glimmers of hope with the young generation, because like sometimes when I'm like doing my job and I'm like listening to something, I'll be like listening to Wu-Tang, I'll be listening to like Cream, I'll be like Cash Rule, and then one kid will be like Cash rules everything, right? So I'm like, yo, there's still some little peaks of it. It's just like you have to kind of get them alone, because sometimes they follow the masses, sometimes they listen to whatever the nonsense they listening to. But like, you know, I've seen some kids who be like, yo, Mr. Zah, I'll download a 50. I ain't know 50 could spit like that. Like I thought he was vitamin water man. I was like, guys, people have histories. You need to look into this stuff, man. Like I've heard, like I remember I was listening to a kid who's like, I love Nas is like, and it was like, this is how you. I'm like, yo, guys, these people were rapping. So now I think they just need to be more educated, like with the kids, because they can know. Like, but the thing is, kids don't like history. Kids don't read. So it is what it is. Cardi B, she's gonna continue to sell because she's gonna continue to be her natural self, and people are gonna love that. But like I always say, sometimes we need to know a little bit less about each other. Like this is all this boils down to. Cardi, I don't need to know that type of stuff about you. This is why Stephon Diggs is playing the way he's playing, because he got that shit to deal with at the house. Bro hasn't had a 100-yard game since we drafted. This is why I said this shit. When they picked him up, then I saw he was messing with Cardi. I like, he's done. He's out.
He had that pink powder.
Bro, it's over, man. It's over.
Now you got all these baby mama dramas
going on. Yeah. And the thing is, he looks locked in, but I know he's not locked in. You can't be locked in right now, bro. You have a celebrity baby mama who's everywhere. There's no way in the world you locked in.
You just got pregnant.
Bro, what time you? I can tell. Like, he's not even a major threat in the offense. It's fucking Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Cardi B, but let my boy go. My boy was brought here for a reason. He's not even the number one receiver. He's not even number 2. I don't know what he is. Oh, this is it, man. Like they always say, pussy is the downfall of man, bro. Pussy is the downfall of man. And we are seeing that shit right now.
What's that shit John Witherspoon said? Don't be pussy whip that pussy.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, you can't let it take over you, man. It will. It'll be like the Venom suit. If you allow it, it'll be the Venom suit. And you're just doing shit that you didn't, that you once you come out of it, you're like, man, I did that. I fucking wow. Jordan Addison got like a fucking 80-yard touchdown. Oh, at the 1-yard line.
Oh, wait, yeah. I got to start making some PGN bets. It's 12:25, so
yeah, let's go. Let's get out of
here.
Yeah, all right.
We're about to post an MVP pick soon. I'm making the graphics now.
We got like 40.
So God, send me your picks quick.
I got you.
All right. Yo, appreciate y'all coming out. and we'll see you next week at 11 o'clock. We out.
All right, that's it.